Now we turn to the Boston Marathon bombings trial. Johar Tsarnaev was back in court today as jury selection resumed in his case. More than a dozen prospective jurors were questioned by the judge today, further whittling down the group that will eventually decide the surviving suspect's fate. The Pinpoint News Tracker takes you to federal court now. That's where Eyewitness News reporter Jared Pliner is live in Boston.
Shannon, good evening to you. Unlike my colleague Susan Campbell covering the Hernandez trial, we have not learned in this particular case what jurors, if any, have been excused yet. The court got through 18 men and women today. That brings the total to 52 since voir dire began on Thursday. And as for 21-year-old Johar Tsarnaev, he started the morning laughing and talking with attorneys. That soon stopped. He went back to touching the back of his hair, thumbing through papers, and occasionally glancing over at prospective jurors.
Just over 2 weeks ago, regular men and women who showed up for jury duty at Boston Federal Court were first told of the case at hand, United States versus Johar Tsarnaev. This Tuesday marked day 6 in the painstaking process to seat 18 people capable of performing the most sacred of duties in our legal system. Oral questioning or voir dire continuing to ferret out bias by probing personal convictions. Some responses from prospective jurors Tuesday on retribution and other matters. One said, quote, "If they've done something that warrants the death penalty, then I think that's what they deserve." A second disagreed. When someone commits a heinous crime, you don't do the same thing back. Speaking to jury service, quote, "I do believe in the justice system, and I'm grateful we have this in our country, so I do look at this as my duty, and even as a privilege." Another on the tragic circumstances. "It's a sad thing. We shouldn't have to be doing this."
And more people open to the death penalty today than we heard from in the pool on Friday, which had a very definite anti-death penalty slant. As for January the 26th, the date set by the judge for opening statements, we expect to learn tomorrow whether that is still go. Of course, there have been doubts aired as to whether that is still tenable. Live in Boston with the Mobile Newsroom tonight, I'm Jared Pliner, Eyewitness News.
Count on Eyewitness News for continuing coverage of the Boston Marathon bombings trial. We'll continue to track each development as the case unfolds and provide updates from federal court. You'll be able to see it all right here on WPRI 12 and on our website, WPRI.com.